Hi there, and welcome back to Kingdom Wealth Creators. I know it's been almost 3 months since I last put up a video for you guys, and I'm really sorry for that. But it's been, a huge change in our family as well, even as we welcomed our second child, a baby boy called Zeke, into our lives in the month of July. And because of that, everything was topsy-turvy. I couldn't spare the time to even make a video. That is how hectic life had become. But we had a great time growing together. Just watching this child grow has been such a wonderful experience for both my wife and me, and we've had a wonderful time. And so at the end of September, I thought, let me do at least one video to show what we've done in the last 3 months. All right. And so this is a video basically to tell you and show you what KWC has gone through in the past 3 months. Just to note, because the baby was coming in July and August, I didn't do a lot of trading. Most of our trading was very limited. And because of that, as a consequence, even our returns were not that great. We were very conservative. Also, the volatility index was low during the months of July and August. And because of that, option selling was not the best profitable measure or method to get a good return in the market. All right, so basically, let me show you what's happened so far for us in the months of July, August, and September, this quarter. Okay. So if you look here, this is currently my position in the month of October. It's just ongoing. And if you look at our holdings, we are currently showing a profit over 5.5 lakhs. Again, this is my investments. I realize that I have about 130 plus stocks that I hold, either long term or medium term, and it can get a little bit confusing. I also have a large amount of investment in bonds, specifically the 2031 Bharat bond, about 1.4 crores with it, and I put that as collateral as well. And so that is what I normally use to trade options or futures. Okay, let me take you to Prism, which is the back office for Finance here, and I'm going to log in, and you can see this is me. Right. So let me go to tax report, and you will notice something here. So this is, let me just this one, two, okay. So this is our profit for the first 2 quarters of 21-22 financial year, about 3.7 lakhs. And you'll notice something very interesting. And this is realized profit, by the way. This is not unrealized. The unrealized is what you saw before on Shunya itself, about 5.5 lakhs. If I were to click this, you will see that in the first quarter, there was only about 87,000. That's because what happened was, that's because what happened during this time, these 3 months, because the baby was coming, I realized that I couldn't do a lot of trading. And so what I did was I picked up a lot of shares. I started putting money into the equity market directly itself, and then started realizing those gains. And that's how you see the dramatic increase. I actually went from about 6 lakhs invested in the equity market to almost 90 lakhs today, because of the fact that I couldn't trade, in the options and futures market a lot during those 2-3 months. Okay, so that's the basic reason. So in the last 3 months, we've realized almost 2.9 lakhs. In the first 3 months, we have realized about 80,000. So a total of 3.7 lakhs profit in the equity market. Now, coming to the futures and options market, this, and let's see. It takes a bit of time. All right, and so this is the profit and loss for the first half of this year, about 24.4 lakhs on the F&O space. You will see that in Q1, it was about, first quarter, the VIX was a little higher. We got about 13 lakhs. And then in the second quarter, and in the second quarter, this is what happened. We got about 11 lakhs. So it comes to a total of 24 lakhs for the first 2 quarters of this financial year. And that's simply because in the first 2 months of this quarter, which is July and August, I didn't do a lot of option trading, and that really hurt. And even when I did, there were some positions that went wrong. So it was a struggle, especially because the VIX was low. Yeah, so what I did in September was a radical change of my strategy. Simply because the VIX was so low, I realized that I can't sell a lot of options in stocks, and because it's hampering me. Also, because in July and August I invested a lot of money into the equity market directly, I suddenly realized I don't have a lot of margin. Either I had to put this as collateral, and because if the market goes down, equity, there's no hedging. What would I do? So what I did in September was hugely different from what I've done in the past few months of this financial year. And this is what I did. Okay, let me show you this. So if you look at this is my performance for the month of September. You'll notice that I only invested about 76 lakhs in the F&O market. Okay, and the return was about 9.87. You can ignore this. This is not updated. But 9.87 for a return of 13%. And what you will notice if I were to scroll up here is that a lot of these trades were involving futures. So, for example, I had Amara Raja Batteries futures, I had Alembic futures, I had Aurobindo futures, I had Bajaj Auto futures, Coal India futures, Coromandel futures, Dr. Reddy's, Exide, Glenmark, Granules, HDFC Life, Euro Motors, Kotak, LIC Housing Finance, Lupin, M&M, a lot of futures, PEL, Petronet, and Zeal. Okay. So, and what was funny about this is basically I realized that, the market looks like it might trend in September. And I just quickly looked for stocks that were kind of beaten down, that were technically on a rebound. And I invested into them. I also hedged them with, call options a little way out. And then what I also did was something very different, which I'd never done before, was to hedge my equity position by selling options in NIFTY itself. So you can see here, for example, for the week ending September 9th, I had this as my hedge position. You can see a 17,300 September 9th call options that I sold as hedges, and I made a small profit there. So I gained on the equity side, but I also gained here. Then September 16th, you can see I had 2 positions, which ended up in a loss about 25,000, but I had gained about 2-3 lakhs there itself on the future long side as well as on the equity side. And then on the 23rd expiry, again the same thing. I hedged it with call options. So I'll explain this, okay? And I exited out with a 10,000 rupee loss there. But again, because the equity side as well as the F&O long positions were gaining, I still made money in those. And finally, the month end expiry, which I entered at the last week before the expiry. So you can see here that I had a lot of Cs sold, about 14 lots, and my total gain there was 54,000. I also had sold put options in between. Again, additionally, a little amount there. So totally, I gained about 64,000 plus on the options side by selling these NIFTY options, but also gain on the future long side as well as on the equity. This is a strategy that I'm thinking of continuing because I do have a lot of equity positions now, and to protect them, I need to hedge them. What I'm going to do is each week on the Thursday, I will hedge it with the call options for the next Thursday. And how do I hedge this? First off, I will start by, on that Thursday, whatever is the in the money call option. So if the NIFTY is trading at around 17,600, I will initially sell 2 lots or 3 lots, depending on what my total equity position is. I'll sell 3 lots or 2 lots of 17,600. If it keeps continuing to go up at 17,700, when it reaches 17,700, I'll sell again 17,700 call options. And then when I see the market reversing a bit, I'll start aggressively selling more call options. This is simply to hedge my long positions for that week. So even for that week, if the market were to fall and if my positions were to fall a bit, I'd still recoup some of that loss by these call options. What happens if the market goes up? Well, the thing is that if the market continues to go up, my equity side and my future long sides will give me a good return. And as you can see here, even in the week when the market shot up, by this intelligent usage of call options, I only made a 10,000 rupee loss on the call side, even though the market had shot up that month in the Nifty. You can see that the market actually closed at in that week, it actually closed at 17,700 plus something. So that was a really good upswing in the market. And even though I made this 10,000 rupee loss here, I was able to gain a lot on the long future side and the equity side. And so this is my strategy more or less going forward. Also for October, I've realized that the VIX has finally come up. It's somewhere between 16 and 18 now, which is a good zone for option sellers. So I'm gradually doing, I've also started selling more options on the stock side as I normally do. But at the same time, I still am having long positions in futures for certain stocks that have been beaten down, especially pharma and auto. That's where I'm concentrating. And to hedge all of this, I'm selling call options on the Nifty side. And so I'm hoping for a good month in October as well. And I hope, I'm really sorry, I really apologize for having not been putting out these videos. I hope to put out more videos for you guys in the coming days, a lot more, because Zeke is growing up now. It's easier to spare a little more time. And I hope this will help you. This has been an exciting time for us as a family. And I'm hoping for more exciting times for KWC as well going forward. So if you are here for the first time, if you watch this video, if it's helped you, please remember to like this channel, to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, share it with others, and I hope you have a great time ahead in your investment journey on the stock market. Thank you so much.